Do you ever catch yourself waiting for the perfect moment, only to realize it never truly arrives? Many people lose years because fear and doubt whisper that tomorrow will be easier. This is a story that shows why action, even when imperfect, is the only way forward. Her name is J.K. Rowling, a woman who was once unknown and struggling to survive. She later created Harry Potter, which became a cultural phenomenon that touched millions. But before the fame came years of poverty, loneliness, and hesitation. Her life reminds us that success does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who begin, even when they are afraid and unprepared. So as you listen, ask yourself, what dreams are you still postponing? Rowling lived in a small, damp apartment with her baby daughter, depending on government support to survive. Every day was a struggle to buy food, pay bills, and stay warm in the Scottish winter. Life felt heavy, and the future seemed painfully uncertain. Although stories filled her imagination, she doubted whether her words were worth reading. She often rewrote the same pages again and again, which left her exhausted and frustrated. The manuscript grew slowly, yet it was never complete. "I'll do it tomorrow," she kept telling herself, but tomorrow became weeks and weeks turned into years. Procrastination, which appeared harmless at first, became a trap that stole her confidence. The dream she loved most was quietly slipping away. Meanwhile, bills piled up, and the world moved forward without her. Friends built careers, yet she remained stuck in fear and hesitation. Shame weighed on her as she realized how long she had delayed her dream. Inside her mind, however, the story of a boy wizard grew louder. Scenes of castles, spells, and friendship played in her imagination. But none of it would matter if she never finished writing it down. Her daughter, who brought both joy and responsibility, gave her a reason to endure. Rowling wanted to show resilience, not surrender, because she knew children learn more from what we do than from what we say. This realization began to push her toward action. She understood that no one else would complete the book for her. If she did not act, nothing in her life would change, and the dream would remain a ghost. That thought finally broke the chains of delay. Carrying her baby to a cafe, she wrote while her daughter slept beside her in a stroller. The cafe, which became her refuge, was filled with the scent of coffee and the sound of pages turning. Sentence by sentence, the story slowly came alive. It was not perfect, yet progress mattered more than flawless writing. At last, the messy draft turned into a finished manuscript. She realized courage begins the moment we decide to act, even when fear is still present. With the manuscript in her hands, she began sending it to publishers. One after another rejected her work, often without explanation. Each rejection cut her deeply, but she refused to stop. Some editors claimed that children would never read such a long story, which nearly destroyed her confidence. Others dismissed fantasy as unprofitable and irrelevant. The doors kept closing, yet she kept knocking. She had already conquered procrastination, so she no longer allowed rejection to control her. Because she persisted, one small publisher finally decided to take a chance. They printed only a few hundred copies, but that was enough to open the door. The children who read it fell in love with the magical world she had created. They shared it with friends, and soon bookstores could not keep up with the demand. The story she once feared to finish was now capturing hearts. Harry Potter spread across countries and languages, becoming more than just a book. Readers who once had no idea who she was now waited eagerly for the next volume. What began in poverty had grown into a global phenomenon. Yet Rowling's greatest victory was not wealth or fame. It was the moment she chose action over hesitation. Her life changed because she wrote, even when it was imperfect. Her journey is not simply about wizards and castles. It is about defeating procrastination before it robs us of our future. How many of our own dreams remain unfinished because we keep waiting? Procrastination whispers that tomorrow will be better, which is the most dangerous lie. Every day we delay, opportunities vanish, and energy fades. Action today, however small, creates momentum that tomorrow cannot promise. Rolling shows us that an imperfect draft is far more powerful than a perfect idea left unwritten. What matters is completion, because only finished work can change lives. A messy page can still build a masterpiece, while a blank one never will. Rejection, which so many fear, was only part of her journey. Each no prepared her for the yes that would change her life. Failure was not final, it was feedback. Her courage proves that small steps matter more than grand intentions. 1 hour in a cafe turned into chapters, and those chapters became a book. Great movements are built not by waiting but by beginning. Because she dared to finish, millions of people discovered hope and imagination. It was not flawless talent but relentless persistence that shaped her destiny. Her life tells us that courage creates transformation. Her story also holds up a mirror to us. What have you delayed for months or even years? What dream still waits in silence, because fear keeps you from starting? She reminds us that waiting kills potential, while action, even imperfect action, creates possibilities we cannot yet imagine. Her life is proof that hesitation is far costlier than failure. Your chance begins the moment you start. So what about you, who keeps waiting for the right time? Will you let procrastination dictate your story, or will you begin now? The choice belongs to you, not to tomorrow. Do not wait for fear to vanish, because fear is part of every worthwhile journey. Act while you are scared, and you will discover that courage follows in your footsteps. Progress is born the moment you start. Her words echo clearly: done is better than perfect. Your work does not need to shine immediately, it only needs to exist. The world cannot be touched by the book you never write. The world is waiting for your story, which only you can tell. Start today, not tomorrow, not someday, today. Because today is the only day that can change your life.